Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to have you here tonight. Good evening, everyone. Nice to have you here tonight. Trust you are very good today. I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited to have you here tonight. Yes. For those that are very early, I'm excited to have you here tonight. Um, yeah, it has been awesome night. It's been awesome day for me. I don't believe sorry, I'm trying to bring up something. Yes. Yeah. So if you are joining, be on the call, share the video to someone that needs to learn. Share it first. Share it for others to learn from you. Share, share for others. Share for others to learn. To also have people to learn something powerful, something powerful, something that can change your finances, that can change the way you invest. If you can know this, if you can know this, you have at least your finances. Because what I'm about to teach tonight is what separates the winners from the losers in investing. So if you separate the winners from the losers in investing, that's what I'm teaching tonight. And I'm excited to have you here tonight. For those that are just joining, my name is Abraham Astrop. I'm the founder of HAB Assets and also business associate with Wealth Gate Africa. Yeah, so what are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about tonight? So tonight we'll be talking about something powerful. Investors checklist. Investors checklist. The checklist that separates the losers from the winner. Investors checklist. So if you are just joining, share this video with someone that needs to hear it because what I'm about to teach tonight is very, very important. Share it to your status, share it to your WhatsApp group, share it to tell your friends to join, tell your enemies to join, anybody. Because what I'm about to teach to you is very, very important. Investors checklist. Investor checklist. Investor checklist. The checklist that separates the winners from the losers. It's the checklist that separates the winners from the losers. Um, you know, I came across a stat online that said 80% of the 80% of investors don't make money from investment. 80% of investors don't make money from investment. 80% of them. Why? Because there's something wrong with the way those people are investing. There's something wrong with the way those people are investing. And what I'm about to teach you tonight is not really about land or agriculture or anything. It's what relates to maybe land investment, real estate investment, stocks investment, agricultural investment, or cryptocurrency investment. That's what I'm about to teach you tonight. So it is very, very important to any kind of investment you want to do. It is very, very important. And that's why I want you to listen attentively tonight. I want you to listen attentively. Even if you can write what I'm about to teach you tonight, it will be better because or you watch it again. Either you write it down or you watch it again because it's very, very important. So that you will not forget, so that your brain so that what I'm about to teach tonight can stick to your brain. Investors checklist. So before I talk about the investor checklist, number one, what is investor checklist? What is investor checklist? So investor checklist is the checklist that you pick before you invest. Investor checklist is the checklist that you pick before you invest. And it's very important. So who and investor checklist is what separates the serious investor from the people who lose money in investments. It's the checklist that separates the serious investors, the people that make real money from investment, to people who lose money to investment. Yeah. So what are the checklists I'm about to teach tonight? It's just 5 checklists I'm talking about tonight. Tonight I'll be talking about 5 checklists. 5 checklists. And if you can know these 5 checklists before you invest, you are already on your way to success in the world of investment. 5 checklists that I'm talking about tonight. Number one checklist is know your income. Know your income. Know your income. A lot of people invest without knowing their income. How much is coming for you? How much are you willing to let go? How much do you make monthly? Know your income. The reason why the first thing you must first know as investors is to know that is your income enough to make you invest? Because a lot of people usually try to use investment to solve their income problem. They try to use investments to solve their income problem. And that's the issue. That's why you see a lot of people trying to double their money. You see a lot of people try to invest and say all they are just looking for is ROI, ROI, ROI. And there's one thing investment. The moment your goal in investment is just ROI, ROI, you will always fall victim of scammers. The moment your goal is ROI, 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 you will always fall victim of scammers. You will always fall victim. So know your income. How much do you make monthly? How much is coming in? How much is your salary? How much is your business giving you? How much is your side hustle? You must know this first before you go to any investment. Before you go to any investment, you must know this. You must be able to track and predict your income. You must be able to track and predict your income. If your income is unstable, you are trying to invest, you are just gambling, you are not investing. If your income is unstable and you are still trying to invest, you are just gambling, you are not investing. And why? The reason why I say you are gambling is because you will be all you will be thinking about is how this money can double, how this money can double. And let me tell you something, investment is not something that will solve your income problem. Investment is meant to fund your productivity. That's why it's very, very important. I remember there's a guy that called me one time that I think a few weeks ago he wanted to invest in land. I was just laughing, so we were talking. I realized that this guy has income problem. So I told him he should go and invest the money that he wants to use to invest in land, he should go and use it to invest in he should use it to invest in himself, maybe go for courses or go for selling. So he was arguing, he did not accept it. But me, I tell him the truth. Because why did he tell me that you want to buy land and all you have is 100,000 and you want to invest in land? So you are looking for land of 100,000. Very funny. So I told him that, guy, go and invest in yourself. You are struggling with investment. You are struggling with income.
The reason why a lot of real estate people will not tell you, a lot of realtors will not tell you. They want to collect your money, but me, I will tell you the truth. Before I even work with you, I want to know how much you are. I want to know how much is your income, how much are you making. If you can't tell me, just tell me roughly. Because it will make me to help you to strategize on how you can go about your investments. I'm not after your money, I'm after your transformation. I'm after your transformation. Know your income. Know your income. How much are you making every month? How much are you making every week? How much are you making every day? Know it, track it, let it be predictable. Let it be predictable. Let it be predictable. Don't just say don't just guess. Know your income. Know your income. Number 2, know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. What is survivor number? Survivor number is the exact money you need monthly to stay alive and functional. Let's say again. Survivor number is the amount you need monthly to stay alive and functional. How much do you need to survive? And let me tell you, when I'm talking about survivor, I'm not talking about your needs. I'm not talking about your wants. I'm talking about your needs, your transport, your food, water, NEPA bill. Those things you can't live without. I'm not talking about shoes or no. I'm talking about what you really need to survive. You need food to survive. You need house to survive. You need transport. How much do you really need to survive? Know your survivor, know your survivor, know your survivor, know your survivor. Know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. In everything you do, know your survivor number. How much do you need? Because if you are investing without knowing your survivor, you are just gambling. A lot of people want to try and invest. Well, how do you want to invest when you are still struggling to eat? How do you want to invest when you are still struggling to go to work? So this is what I tell people. If your income cannot take care of your survival, then invest in yourself. Invest in your personal self. If your income is not enough to take care of your survival, invest in your personal self. That's where books come in. That's where courses come in. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. How much do you need to survive? How much do you need to survive? How much? And let me tell you something. If you are trying to invest and you are still living on survival mode, you cannot be patient enough for that investment to be profitable for you. That's it. You cannot be patient for that investment to be profitable for you. Know your survivor. Know your survivor number. Know your survivor number. How much do you need to be functional? How much you need to be alive? You need to prioritize your survivor. You need to prioritize your survivor in everything you do. You need to prioritize your survivor. How much do you need to survive? How much? Number 3, know your investable amount. Know your investable amount. See, this investable amount is not about how much is left at the end of the month. No. It's how much can you intentionally set aside before spending? How much can you intentionally invest that will not affect you? Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people will not tell you this. Investment is not something that you just put in money and you expect it to grow. There are sometimes investment can go bad ways. And when you go and invest money that you think that will remove your neck, that you will be thinking about, don't invest it. Don't invest your house rent. Don't invest your school fees. How much do you really invest? How much? How much? How much? Know your investable amount. Know it. Know it. Know it. Know your investable amount. Know your investable amount. How much are you willing to let go? Know your investable amount. Know your investable amount. Because investment can go under sideways. The question you need to ask yourself, any amount that you are willing to spend, can you leave it for 3 years? Can you leave it for 5 years? If no, don't invest it. Don't invest it. If any money you want to invest and you can't leave it for 3 years, 5 years, don't invest it. You must be intentional about the money you want to invest. You must know how much you can let go, because investment can go sideways. And this is not about crypto, this is not about land, this is not any investment. Investment can go sideways. Someone called me the other day, he was talking about I think he invested in a cryptocurrency stock. Everything. He said he has now back to his ground zero. Why won't he come back to ground zero? Why won't he? You must know your investable amount. You must know your investable amount. You must know it. Know your investable amount. How much? How much? How much? You don't want to be that kind of person that will invest, and you are sleeping in the night and you can't sleep. You want to sleep. You are thinking, hey, you hope my money will not go. If you can't leave it, don't invest it. Don't invest it. If your investment is affecting your peace of mind, you have invested wrongly. Know your investable amount. And number 4, define your financial goals. Define your financial goals. Let me tell you something. If your goal is not clear, no matter every investment will always confuse you. If your goal is not clear, every investment will always confuse you. And that's why that you see that a lot of people, any small thing that comes their way, anything that looks like opportunity, they just jump on it. And later they not cry from it. Have a goal, have a goal, have a goal. This is what I want to be worth. This is how many I want, this is how much I want to have a land. This is how much I want to invest in stock. Know your goal, have a goal for yourself. Have a goal for yourself. Have a goal. If your goal is not clear, any investment will just be confusing. Any investment will be like it. All investments will be like it. All investments will be like it. You must know your goal. You must be clear about your goal. Ask yourself, are you investing for cash flow, or you are investing for capital growth? What do I want to be worth in the next 5 years? What do I want to be worth in the next 10 years? Okay, if I'm buying land today, what is the goal behind that? Is it that I'm keeping it for long term, or I'm keeping it for short term? Is it that I'm looking for cash flow in the future? I'm buying the land so that I can get cash flow in the future. Know your goal. If you don't know your goal, everything will just look like it. Everything will look like it. Everything will look like it. Know your goal. Know your goal. Know your goal. Know your goal. Know where you are going. Have a destination. Know your goal. Your goal determines where you invest, how long you stay in that place, and when you exit that investment. Your goal will determine that. Your goal will determine where you invest. Your goal will determine where you invest, how long you stay in that investment, and when you exit that investment. When you exit it, it is your goal that will determine that. So it's not about jumping from one investment to another. It's not about going from one investment to another. You already have something you are chasing. So any other investment that comes your way, you just block your noise spirit. Listen, because all land are cheap does not mean that you buy every land. Because every stock is cheap does not mean that every stock you buy. Because stock is booming does not mean that you should buy everything. The reason why, let me tell you something, the reason why you are even jumping from one stock to another, buying from one land to another, is because you don't know what you are already doing. You don't know what you are doing. Tell yourself, this year I want to buy 1 acre. You buy it. Then you strategize. Next year you buy one. That's how you invest. You don't just invest because someone say promo 50% discount. You will just be losing money. Know your goal. Know your goal. Know your goal. Know your goal. Where are you going to? Where are you heading to? Where am I investing? Am I investing for long term? Am I investing for short term? Am I looking for capital gain? Am I looking for cash flow investment? Know your goal, because it's very, very important. It is your goal that will determine the strategy you are going to use for investments. It is your goal that will determine the strategy you are going to go for your investment, that you are going to take for your investments. Know your goal. And number 5, understand the value driving the investment. This one is very, very, very important. Understand the value driving the investment. That's number 5 checklist. Let me tell you something. If any investment is telling you to invest, or I'm talking, it's not even about stock. I'm talking about land, real estate, any type of investment. If there is no value behind that investment, don't move into it. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. I beg you. Don't go. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. If there is no value behind the investment, you don't go into it. If any investment you are doing and they are not telling you the value, all they are telling you is 10% ROI, 100% ROI. When you invest, you collect 100,000 naira. When you invest, you collect 1. You are already a victim. You are already a victim. You yourself, you are a scammer. You yourself, you are a scammer. Because normally, the reason why the investors, the people that are the great investors, I know, the Dangote, the Warren Buffett, the reason why they invest, they are not investing because of the ROI. Though that can be the end goal, but the reason why they are investing is because they see value in that kind of investment. And this is the same for real estate. You want to buy a land, you are asking the question, what is the value driving this land? What is the value driving this land? Why is this land this place? What is the value? What is the value driving this location? It's not about buying land. It's not about investing in stock. What is the value in this business? What are they selling? Does it help humanity? Does it have capacity to sustain economy? That's how you invest. You must know the value behind the investment. What are the value? What is the core value of that investment? What is the value? If you can't explain the value of that investment, don't invest. Let me say that again. If you can't explain the value of that investment, don't invest. If you can't explain the value of that investment, don't invest. Don't invest. Don't invest. And I'm serious about this. If you can't explain, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing this, This is why we are. This is why this land is this. Even if you are buying the land, and all they are telling you is when you buy it in the next 10 years, you will get. Don't buy it. You must have a value driving that land. You must have a value driving that investment. You must have a value. A lot of people are already fall victim of this because they don't know. Because they don't know. Because they don't know. So what is the value? What is the real deal behind the investment? Ask yourself that question. So let me do a quick recap before I conclude this session. 5 checklists. I talk about 5 for those that are joining. Number 1 checklist, know your income. How much is coming in? Number 2, know your survival number. How much do you need to stay alive and functional in? How much? Know your investable amount. How much can you be willing to let go? How much? Then number 3, define your financial goals. Define your financial goals. Define your financial goals. Then number 5, understand the value driving investment. Ask question. What is the value driving investment? What is the value? What is the value? And I'm going to say this. Investment is not what people make wealthy. It is correct decision that makes people wealthy. Let me say that again. Investment is not what makes people wealthy. It is the correct decision. It is correct decision before investing that makes people wealthy. That makes people wealthy. Because if you did not invest, if you did not know the correct checklist before you invest, you invested money you needed. You follow the hype instead of strategy. You enter without that is not investment. When you invested because you needed money, when you invest because you just see that is trending. When you invest because when you invest and you don't understand the concepts, you don't understand the value, then you are not investing. You are just gambling. You are just gambling. So I want you all to answer this question. Write this question down. Number 1, do I truly know my income? Do I truly know my income? Number 2, do I know my survival number? What is my survival number? Number 3, am I investing from discipline or pressure? Am I investing from discipline or pressure? Number 4, what is my financial goal? What is my financial goal? And the last thing, do I understand the value behind the investment I'm about to go to? Do I understand the investment I'm about to go to? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself. So, if you can't answer any of this question, you can reach out. If you are struggling to answer this question, you can reach out to me. Click on the link in my bio or the link in the comment section in the description to reach out to me. Let us strategize. Book a 30 minutes free call. So let me help you strategize on how you can answer this question. And I appreciate you all tonight. I hope you gain value tonight. Hope you gain value. So for those of you that want to join my inner circle, can join. Can join my inner circle. My inner circle is 50,000 naira. My inner circle is 50,000 naira. If you are willing to join, hear me. So I train people, I teach people on investment every month. I do that. So thank you so much. And I want you all to listen to this video again. Watch this video again. Listen to it so that it can stick to your brain. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Have a nice day.